people. So give it up to young brother Isaiah. Give him a big round of applause, y'all.
Good evening, everybody. How y'all feeling today? My name's Isaiah. I'm 16 years old. I'm a co-founder, producer, and researcher for EdAnime Productions. If you look at the name EdAnime Productions, Ed is short for educational and anime is short for animation. And our main objective is to produce educational material that will teach kids to develop a passion for learning and a desire to be productive. And a desire to be productive and a passion for learning are vital assets that people must have if they want to unite with each other and become a community. Our main pedagogy is the teaching methods are animation and hip hop. Animation we see is a powerful teaching method or tool because children, when they look at animation, when they watch cartoon, they will watch Cartoon Network, Disney Channel. They see things and they copy it. They repeat things that they see. If a cartoon says something, they might repeat it. So we hope that by producing educational animations that instead of copying something that's useless or something that's not intelligent, they will copy the information that we are disseminating to them. And our other tool, hip hop, is a big part of Black and African culture. As you all know, I'm sure a lot of you listen to hip hop music. And hip hop shapes in a lot of ways the way that we think, the way that we dress, the way that we act. So we hope that by using hip hop as a positive tool, it will shape our youth in a positive way. If you go to our website at edanimeproductions.com, you'll see that we have a variety of merchandise. Our main focus is on our animations. We have Meltrek episode 1 and we have Meltrek episode 2. We also have other products such as storybooks, coloring books, and then we also have unit plans, which you can go on our website, you can download for free. Our unit plans, they really help ingrain a lot of the information that is taught inside of the film, and they're good for teachers, they're good for educators and people, homeschoolers and parents who really want to ingrain this information into their child. And we also, now we branched out and we also offer apparel. We have shirts, book bags, hats, all types of different merchandise. Our first project, Mel-Trek, if you the Mel is short for melanin, as you might figure out by yourself, and Trek means journey. So through this series, you're going on a journey to understand the history, culture, and achievements of a melanated people. We plan on this being an 8-part animated hip hop series with the main objectives of preserving African history. It's important to preserve African history because too often our history is being rewritten and certain vital information is being omitted in textbooks today. So we've taken it upon ourselves to teach that information. Another one of our teaching methods is to promote another one of our objectives is to promote self-esteem, solidarity, and self-awareness. These are all very important when trying to form a nation because if a person doesn't love themselves or and their people, they will not want to unite and be in community with their people. Our third objective is to project positive images of African and African American people into the public eye because as a people, we've been degraded as criminals. We've been seen as a lesser people for hundreds of years, and we feel like it's important for us to clean up our image. So through our characters, we have a diverse group of characters, and we really intend for children to be able to relate to these characters. We intend for them to have a positive image on the children who see these characters, and we also like to project a positive image by the youth that are involved with our company, such as myself, my siblings, and other character voices and children who are involved with the company. Our first episode, Meltrek episode 1, exploring ancient Africa. The main objective of this episode was to teach that the history of African American people did not begin with slavery. It actually began thousands of years ago in Africa. The plot of this episode is it's a diverse group of 5 kids. We chose a diverse group because some people ask, why do you have an Asian and a white child in the film? Because we think it's important for all people to know our history so they can understand who we are. And So the main plot is a diverse group of 5 kids are sent back in time to ancient Africa by their teacher, Miss Lofton, and they meet a young Egyptian boy named Ramesses who takes them all through Africa and teaches them about African history, achievements, accomplishments, African architecture, some introductory science about rulers, and a whole lot more. Now I'm going to play the Meltrek episode 1 trailer.
This summer, EdAnime Productions presents Mel-Trek, Episode 1, Exploring Ancient Africa. Witness the most accurate historical account of African American people. A story that has never been told like this before. Join Bunchy, Chin, Percy, Michelle, and Jesse as they open their third eyes and are sent back in time by their magical teacher, Miss Lofton. They begin their adventure in ancient Africa in the Nile Valley. There, they meet a young Egyptian boy named Ramesses. Using hip-hop, funky beats, and rhymes, Ramesses teaches the children about the great kingdoms of Africa. They explore the Nile Valley.
The Nile Valley was a place to be. Ghana is the first stop. Land of the gold that they sold non-stop.
Mali and Songhai.
Mali and Songhai must have had some serious armies.
The Congo.
The Congo region is beautiful.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe's where we land.
And Zulu. Witness the mental and spiritual transformation of the characters. Not only will they transform, but you will also as you travel with Meltrek.
This is Meltrek episode 2, exploring the pre-Columbian Americas. You can begin the trailer now.
Turns with Meltrek, episode 2, exploring the pre-Columbian Americas. Learn about the Native Americans and the people who came to the Americas long before Columbus. This once hidden history has never been told like this before. Join Bunchy, Chin, Percy, Michelle, and Jesse as they are sent back in time by their magical teacher, Miss Lofton, to learn about the Americas. They begin their adventure in North America by the Ohio River. There, they meet a young Adena girl named Winona. Using hip-hop, funky beats, and rhymes, Winona teaches the children about the early civilizations of the Americas. They learn about the mound builders.
Starting with the mound builders in the north.
The Olmecs.
The Olmecs, the oldest, the indigenous people.
The Mayans.
After the Olmecs came the Mayans.
The Aztecs.
Aztecs came next, follow their footsteps. Same culture, same intellect, but had their own,
The Inca.
A big part of our company is to teach that everything begins with an idea. Everything begins with a thought. EdAnime Productions actually began with a thought when Dr. Mayat was sitting on her couch trying to find educational material that had a positive light of Africans and African Americans and taught some educational material. And she didn't find much. She found some things such as Tell Me Who I Am, but she didn't find a whole lot. So she decided to take action and create her own educational company. And she brought our family together, me, my brothers, my cousin. We all sat down and we brainstormed, and we decided to create the company EdAnime Productions, and then we began the process. With forming a company, you have to think of the name of your company, your mission. Then you have to go decide which type of company you want to have, register. It's a long process, but it's all worth it. You have to decide the type of products you want to have, if you want to have books, apparel, animations, which is what we decided to have. And after you have the general idea of what you want your company to be, you have to go into manifesting that idea. And within manifesting that, the first thing you want to do is decide who can help me bring all of this together, who can help me make my dreams come true. And we went and we found a group of animators who were overseas who did the animations for us. And then we started to produce Meltrek. And first thing in producing Meltrek, we had to create a title. And then we had to go into character designs. These are actually the first character designs that we drew up by ourselves. This is drawn by Luther Elliott, who is one of our co-founders. And we had to think of all the smallest details, such as their personalities, their physical features, how you want their hair, their ages, their ethnic groups, and things like that. And then we went to the second stage of the character designs, and we sent it to an artist who actually brought this together. And it was a process. And after the artist gave us that, we went to a final stage where you can see our characters today. So you can see that even just creating the characters was a process. And then after we had the character designs, we had to create a script. A script is a written text, screenplay, broadcast, specifically a production, or specifically a production. And then this is a professional script for one of our episodes. You see we have the actions in brackets, and we have the dialogue in chronological order, like a professional script would. And then after we had the script and the characters, we had to make voiceovers. And we actually went and we brought a home studio. We brought a mic and we brought a little booth around it, and that was our home studio. And this is what we recorded our voices on. And after that, we had our characters, we had our voices, we had our script, and now it was time to start making the production. And the first step in creating the production was having a storyboard. A storyboard is a very, very rough example of what you want the final product to look like. You have the different angles, you have the expressions of all of the characters, you have backgrounds. My sister actually drew some of the backgrounds for the first episode. And then, so it's a very basic, you see it's not very descriptive, but it leads up to the final product, which you can go and see now. After we was done all that, our animators actually used Adobe Flash, which is a certain animation software. And there's a variety of different types of animation softwares you can have. You can have 2D animation, which you will see in like SpongeBob. You can also have 3D animation, which you would see in like Shrek and other Pixar films. So we decided, and you also have to think of what type of quality you can afford and what type of quality you want. So we went out and we found our animators who use Adobe Flash, and now we have our final product. That wraps up my presentation. Please go to our website at EdAnimeProductions.com or follow us on all social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we're also offering, we also have DVDs here in the vendor's room, and we have DVDs and books for episode 1 if you want to go check that out. Thank you.
Give it up for Brother Isaiah. Did a wonderful job.